Oftentimes, foster youth are considered within barriers that we face and the hardships that we face throughout our life. But me standing here today now represents the success and how far we can go when we're given the right support and resources. And that's something that EOP RSP definitely provides us with and provided me with.
I was in the place of foster care, and I didn't really want to tell anyone about me being a foster youth. I thought that people would be treating me differently instead of just knowing for what I'm capable of. And since I completed my undergraduate degree, I'm very proud to say that I'm a former foster youth, because it shows that I still have an opportunity to create something from my experience and be able to provide that experience for other foster youth.
I entered into the foster care system at the age of 13, and upon that I experienced a lot of trials, just with bullying and threats at school every day. Home life wasn't much better in the foster homes and the group homes as well. One very important lesson that I've learned throughout my life is that life is truly what you make out of it. And one thing that I really have learned and want others to understand is that obstacles are not what define you, it's your resilience to them.
What motivated me to pursue a college degree was mainly the background that I come from. I would be the first to graduate with a bachelor's degree in my family, making me first generation, as well as the struggles. I didn't grow up with my mom. I didn't have my dad for part of my upbringing. At the start of the foster care, I was in the 6th grade. I was struggling. I actually failed the 6th grade and redid the 6th grade. For me, I think it didn't hit until like the 9th grade that I officially really focused in school and decided to make a change for the better and not let my background or where I come from define what my future holds for me.
My daughter was a big turning point for me becoming a mother and then losing my mother. The difficulties that I went through to get through my childhood as a mom, I wouldn't want my daughter to go through. I wouldn't want her to face the challenges that I faced as young as I faced them either. Also, losing my mom to overdose, it made me want to change the trajectory for my entire bloodline pretty much. Just finally heal the generational trauma that has been passed along, because I'm not ready to pass that to my daughter.
Around 8, I was taken along with my 3 siblings. Because we were so young, I didn't really process a lot of what was going on. I always thought every mother would do drugs and not really be present in everyone's lives. When we got reunited with my grandmother and my 2 aunts, I feel like I got a better sense of what a true family looked like. That also motivated me to become who I am today, wanting to help others find that true feeling of home.
When it came to pursuing a college degree, at first I was told that's what people do, that's what they do to make more money. And when I was thinking about college, when I was in my late teens, that's when I re-entered the system for the final time. We have been homeless on and off multiple times since I was probably 3 years old. So my siblings, they were placed in the guardianship of some other family member, and I'm not very close to them anymore. So I thought okay, this would be the way to help my family. So, I have to go through the normal transition of being an adult and then also going through college. I realized that coming to college wasn't just about me making more money in the end. It was also about learning how to be a better version of myself.
What really motivated me to continue in my academic journey was knowing that it was mine. My education was something that I earned, something that I worked for, something that happened through resilience, and that is what motivated me. Because I had so much uncertainty and so many things taken from me that my education was not going to be one of those things, and that has been my motivation all throughout all these years of pursuing my college degree.
What motivated me to pursue a college degree would mostly be being a first-generation college student and just being the role model to my siblings, breaking generational curses and cycles, and also wanting to help other people and fulfill my purpose.
I experienced a heavily system-impacted childhood. My family was in a cult, investigated for human trafficking. My father was incarcerated as a result, and I was just raised by a single mom, trying her best to make ends meet. But that led to a lot of instability and academic disruption for me. For many years, I let the circumstances of my past, and especially being a former foster youth, really affect the trajectory of my future. I really carried the weight of not feeling good enough, being told I wasn't good enough, and what I realized was I was trying to do it all alone. I discovered that having people that really care about you and support you opens up your capacity for knowledge, your creativity.
So there was an event that was being held by EOP RSP here at CSUN that I attended through the community college that I used to go to. They had a panel of 3 people, and they all expressed also like, hey, where they came from and all that stuff. And that just encouraged me, like, hey, you know, if they could do it, I could do it. Seeing that I don't have to stay stuck in the place where I was. And I felt like putting myself in that position, knowing that I can do something better, helped me and encouraged me to continue.
I was a college student. I was a full-time employee as well and a single mom. However, in 2018, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. And during that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but RSP motivated me to keep going. They ensured that I had books and supplies and everything that I needed. But most importantly, the motivation to continue to go while being pregnant. They paired me with the disability department because I was placed on disability at like 6 months pregnant. Like I said, being able to pair me and also doing a warm handoff. Hey, this is this person, walking me over, letting me know. They even told me about family housing. I didn't know about any of that, but they also ensured that I knew about it and they let me know what was available to me.
I gravitated towards RSP because of it felt like a community that I belonged to. I felt that I could fit in and there was people that shared the same common background as myself. I wanted to break all odds, to become better, to motivate myself, to be a leader in my family.
So when I first moved to CSUN, some of the hardships that I was faced with was feeling like I didn't belong, felt like I was away from family, from my friends, and I was isolated over here. But because of EOP RSP, like socials, all the like little events that they had, you know, seeing all these events that they do for us, the planning like, you know, presents and carving pumpkins, all that has been like something I never got to do back home because of my challenges, and honestly being able to take part in that was really meaningful to me. And you know, having this opportunity to be there and doing that with other people who have been going through the same thing, it really felt like I really had a sense of community that really helped me.
I would always prevent myself from doing things that I wanted to do. So for instance, I would be afraid of stepping out my comfort zone. I feel like the Resilient Scholars really helped me overcoming that challenge by encouraging me to apply to an internship that I'm doing right now. So the way RSP helped me get the internship was by Orlando contacting a lot of internships, and he made me call every single one of them to see if there were any openings. Then Nayeli would work one-on-one with me by helping me redo my resume as well as finding recommenders. That has really helped me a lot because I honestly did not know like where to even start. I was very overwhelmed, and that really helped me.
So the career workshops themselves, I think they ran over a span of 4 weeks, and upon completion of the workshop, RSP supports you by paying even if you get an unpaid internship. And I ended up doing an internship in what was called NFYI, the National Foster Youth Institute, and they're like a organization that brings former foster youth into political spaces, and it was just one of the greatest experiences ever. It was an unpaid internship, but I got paid for it through RSP.
One of the services that EOP RSP provided was the one-on-ones with the staff. I felt like having that 1 hour of just like them fully focused, and sometimes it would go more, of like them fully focused and like, you know, listening to like whatever issues was going on. That made me feel very seen and very like, it felt very human.
EOP RSP has felt like family to me. It's given me a strong sense of community on campus, and they've helped me a lot financially and academically, whether it was tutoring or the study nights, or like helping me reach out to professors when it comes to me struggling with my courses. But they've also been a big shoulder for me to lean on. If I didn't have RSP, I don't think I'd make it this far, because a lot of them are first gen, or they've also experienced the system, so having that mentorship has really helped me.
So one of the main services that EOP RSP has provided to me that has really helped me continue was the mid semester evaluations, where we sit down with a team member and they help us see where we are in our classes. I remember having struggles with some of my courses, and the team members really giving me things that I needed. So for example, if I was struggling with a class, say a statistic class, they would link me up to different places in the school where I was able to get the help that I needed.
The pantry is a really great resource for us because it gives us opportunities to access food, clothing, school supplies, household supplies, things we might need for dorms or living situations, things that we might not have access to otherwise. So when you go to college, it feels like you have to grow up really fast. And especially if you come from a background like I did, you don't know how to figure that out for yourself. And so the pantry and the resources they provide helps you to figure that out and kind of get up to speed with your peers and everyone else that seems to have it all figured out. So it just really gives us the resources and opportunity to focus on other things like school.
I was losing my lease and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I remember quickly emailed John over the summer and was like, I need help, I'm gonna move out of this place and I need to move into another place. And EOP and RSP was like, they got me into the dorms actually like the same month. It all happened in like maybe 2 weeks or less. And that like sense of action and urgency was just so needed, because it felt like what I was going through was taken seriously.
I really had a dream since I was in high school to study abroad. And then when I stopped going to school, I just never thought that that was going to be a possibility anymore. And when I transferred into CSUN, I looked into the international programs, and luckily I did get accepted, but then one of the biggest things was the financial burden of it. And I let Orlando know at RSP and just basically explained to him my situation, my finances, and I was able to apply for a scholarship through RSP that basically gave me that extra push financially for me to be able to go and study abroad. So I really appreciate RSP for that, because it really helped me complete that one dream I've had, and it allowed me to see the world and basically study a whole year in France and then in Germany altogether.
I would say the parking pass was the most helpful for me, particularly because I became a commuter eventually, and that's something I had to adjust to. And the parking pass is about $350, give or take, and having RSP cover that cost saved me a lot of money and allowed me to allocate those resources somewhere else.
I recall in my sophomore and junior years going to Disneyland, which was super fun. That's not something that a lot of people get to experience, and so to have something so special like that, to be able to experience that at this age, that was awesome. And it just really showed me that they cared. I mean, it's expensive, it's a lot of work to just conduct, so that was awesome. And then I also recall going to Solvang, and we went to a powwow. We got to explore the town. That was super fun as well. And it was just also some grounds for like bonding and getting to know everybody better. So those 2 times were definitely nice as well.
I do not believe that my college experience would have been the same without RSP. To be quite honest, RSP has helped me a lot throughout my 2 years here at CSUN. Not only like emotionally, but financially even. There's just many opportunities, scholarships, people on site, snacks on site. I'm just very grateful, yes.
They just do their job in such a great way that it doesn't feel like it's their job. It feels like if they're truly there for you, they actually care about you, they actually want to see you succeed. And I just remember really wanting to be a part of this community, because you could come to school and feel so alone. And here in the RSP program, you look around and there's so many people that you do understand you're not alone, and that meant a lot to me.
So the advice that I would give to current or former foster youth that want to pursue college but feel like they can't, I would say that you can do it. Honestly, for me, I felt the same way. I honestly felt like I really couldn't obtain this degree. I felt like it was gonna be a waste of time, energy, but it's really not. You really learn a lot, whether that's within your degree, outside your degree. It opens so many opportunities for you. The only thing that's holding you back is yourself, but you are capable more than you think.
I didn't think I'd be here, but here I am, and I'm about to graduate, and I'm pursuing a master's. So, you know, you never know, and you just have to kind of take things step by step. When it comes to going to school, it's not just about passing or failing and, you know, getting your degree, the ultimate completion. It's about also learning how to be yourself and what you really want to do, the kinds of things that you like, how you like to live, things like that.
I did it. I didn't stop. I continued. I was not that 3% anymore. I'm making a effort to do it, and I did it. I wanted to ensure that I gave my children the motivation to continue to want to do something in life. And as a single mom, I have done that. They have seen me go to school, they have seen me study, and they have been my rock and my motivation to keep going and to break that generational curse.
So something I wanted to say was thank you to everyone who has been a part of this EOP RSP journey and in college overall, because they have played a big major part in this. I feel like I wouldn't have been here. I probably would have dropped out, you know, but they have really brought that sense of community that has helped me rise up to be the person that I am today. So I really wanted to thank you.
Well, ever since I was a little kid, it's always been ingrained in me by my parents and my grandparents to make sure I go to college, that, you know, I had to be the first in our family to go. And then my grandfather, he got really sick, and he kind of made the comment that he always dreamed of me going to college and getting my college degree. So I guess that kind of gave me that extra push. So I'm sad that he couldn't get to see me walk the stage or isn't able to, but I know he's seeing me from above. So a little sad because my father was deported, so he won't be there as well to like applaud me when I'm walking the stage. But I will send him pictures and videos. And super excited because I'm finally done with my bachelor's. It was a dream or a milestone that I never thought I would accomplish, and here I am accomplishing it. And bittersweet because I'm leaving behind such a great program and a network of peers that I've created within the RSP community.
Thank you all for this opportunity, and it's been great to share it with like-minded people, and you all have been wonderful to me and providing the services along the way and the support. Every time I come into the space, the staff greet me with a smile. You have a wonderful team, and I'm going to miss it here at CSUN.
I don't think I would have had the same experience in college without EOP RSP. They really helped me navigate this experience that I've never had before. I've never seen anyone go through it before. I didn't know what to do. I would have been so lost without it. And the people that I've met really transformed my idea of who I want to be and how I want to show up in the world and uplift others. They supported me when I needed it the most, and I'm ready to give back and do the same for others.
I definitely don't think that my college experience would have been the same without EOP RSP, because one thing that I really truly want to emphasize is that both of these programs have truly helped me to feel at home, to feel like this is my second home, and to adjust very smoothly into coming fresh out of high school into college. So they've helped me in so many different ways. Financially, they've helped me academically, and they've even helped me personally. So I think that just adjusting to college, it was a drastic difference in a positive way, having EOP and RSP behind me.
Looking at the past 7 years, I think my college experience would have been different without RSP, because I would have never known all of the staff and students that I've known throughout all these years. You have given me endless support, always been kind to me, always asked me questions, always motivated me to go above and beyond. And I understand that I'm moving on to a next step in my life, but I want you to know that thank you for everything. And I know that I'm going to be welcomed with open arms if I ever come back to CSUN.
Since I was 18 and moved away from my family, I was just really hoping that I can feel the sense of belonging at this huge school in a new city with no one that I knew. And when I say that I've been uplifted, and I keep saying the word supported, but it really was just this pure, deep support that I got from EOP RSP, from everyone. And I am just so blessed and just very grateful to have received that, because I know what it's like to, feel othered and to feel like you don't belong somewhere when all you're trying to do is just belong and find that space and find that ground that you can really feel like yourself in. And EOP RSP was able to provide that for me. So I'm just so from the bottom of my heart very, very grateful for that.
I want foster youth to know that healing and success can coexist. You are not behind in life, you are becoming. And programs like RSP are so helpful because they remind us that we are not just a statistic, but we are stories that are still being written.